Looks like those black helicopter conspiracy theories were right.
Sir, Spider-Man's headed for us. He might have saved the city, but he's not going to save you. When that electric necktie gets far enough away from this transmitter, zap! Even if Spider-Man catches you, you'll both light up like Times Square.
Catches me? Follow that copter. If it gets too far away, this collar will electrocute us both.
What a shot.
Sometimes the cutscenes have some weird audio hiccups like that. I checked to make sure it wasn't my recording. Sometimes the game just does that. So if we stay in the red section of that meter for too long, we both die, so we and Jameson both need to get closer to the helicopter ASAP. However, while we're chasing the helicopter, yeah, it drops bombs and missiles behind it.
Great. Planting more bombs. Hang on, JJ. This shouldn't take long.
What? You're going after the bombs instead of saving me?
The helicopter thankfully won't fly away while we dismantle these bombs. I'm not quite sure why exactly they're placing these bombs here. I would understand if it was meant to distract us, but the helicopter doesn't leave until we're done. Also, we just kind of hurl these bombs over the top of other buildings, where it apparently doesn't do any damage.
See, Jonah? No harm done, and I just saved some of your paying customers.
Just get me back to the helicopter, you lunatic!
The best way to avoid getting hit by the missiles and bombs the helicopter drops is to stay close to the ground while you swing. Of course, you run the risk of actually hitting the ground this way, but if you time your swing just right, it shouldn't happen. And it's much better than getting blasted out of the air, trust me, I know from experience. So this guy, this Mad Bomber fellow, he must really, really hate Jameson. He hates him so much that instead of killing him with normal means, he attached a death collar to his neck and was planning to slowly fly away, while Jameson just sat there. Spidey's okay, everybody. Spidey's just fine. Everything's okay. In the beginning cutscene, you could hear one of the thugs call the Mad Bomber Mr. Carlisle, I believe. Listen, Jameson, I'm working on it. But the building that was blown up in the intro said Carlisle Industries. And I'm pretty sure that's not a coincidence. So you might ask yourself, why would Mr. Carlisle be blowing up his own building? The only real explanation possible is that Jameson ruined this guy's business so fucking hard that he thought the only possible solution was to blow up his own building. Like, Jesus, Jameson, what did you print about the guy? He's not genocidal, right? I mean, he might be right now. He seems like a pretty unstable asshole right now. We have no way of actually knowing whether what Jameson printed was truthful or not. But we shouldn't feel too bad about punching this guy in the face, because he did strap the CEO of one of his buildings to a bomb. And, you know, several of his other employees. And started a gang.
You're letting him get away on purpose!
Hey, JJ, don't you ever cut a guy a break? I'm saving your life here.
Regardless of whether Jameson actually ruined this guy's life, we can certainly say the way he's dealing with it is a bit unhealthy. You know, generally people see a therapist for this kind of thing, not, blow shit up. Maybe to him there's just nothing left to lose, so why not start a gang and try to take over New York? Sounds like a great idea. I would be a little worried about working for this guy, though. He doesn't seem terribly stable. Maybe he just pays really well. This is our last destination, and before the real fight starts, there are people that get down on this single rope and try to stop us. But they come down one at a time, which is, kinda dumb. So we have no trouble getting rid of them. I mean, the drop doesn't look that big, and you guys have a lot of armor, right? Looks like pretty high-tech shit. I'm sure you could just drop down here. Jameson, are you alright over there? You having some convulsions?
You surprised me, Spider-Man. I didn't imagine anyone in this city actually cared about this sleazy publisher.
I think the word cares is a bit strong, but
Hey, well, let's test that, shall we?
Look at him. That skinny spider runt don't worry me.
everybody's a critic.
So here's the boss against Carlisle, which is honestly pretty fun. He sends his goons after us, and occasionally he'll fire a missile which we need to hurl back at him. The idea here is that his goons will distract you long enough for you to actually get hit by his missiles. If you see one coming and you can't grab it in time, just press the dodge button immediately.
Big bang, freak!
I don't know if you actually qualify as a mad bomber. You seem more like the mildly annoying bomber.
Sometimes when you try to throw the missile back, the goons will get in the way and they'll get hit with it instead. I'm almost positive this is intentional. It also thins their ranks a lot, so that's helpful. If you take any damage during this fight, Jameson yells at you to do better. He has 3 or 4 different phrases, though hopefully we won't be able to hear them, because we don't want to get hit.
Picking up pieces of you all over Manhattan. My shield!
Yeah, seems to be down, huh?
Watch out for those guys with the guns! Look out!
I'll bring
You should try to switch back to your red suit as soon as Carlisle tries to put his shield back up. You should have just enough time to get it done. Attacking Carlisle with the black suit is definitely a lot easier, but you still need to switch which side you attack him from. If you attack him from the same side the whole time, then his goons will have plenty of opportunity to shoot you. So, you know, as is usually the case with Spider-Man, moving around a lot is important.
That's it! Show him not to mess with J. Jonah Jameson! That's it! Show that idiot who's in charge!
You can't stop me, fool. My men will be running this city in a week.
I'll tell the police Delizio's missing. Get it? Missing?
Come any closer and they'll be picking up pieces of you all over Manhattan.
Sorry, no pockets in the costume, so I'm all out of merch.
The animation for taking off the black suit cancels out his explosions animation, so you can still take it off, but it still counts you as being hit by it after you're done.
It's not every day a real superhero.
There is a single health pickup on this rooftop that you can probably see over there. It really doesn't need to be there though. You can definitely beat this boss without using a health pickup. So let's go pick it up anyway, just because. I don't think many of the other boss fights do have health pickups, though I guess this is more of a tutorial boss.
Paying for a gym membership every month.
Before we finish off Mr. Carlisle here, I should mention that there's someone with the same name as him in the Spider-Man comics, but his character is completely different. They're not even a little bit related.
Running this city in a week. Come any closer and they'll be picking up pieces of you all over Manhattan.
You know, I'll never forget the words the last guy threatened. He said, "Not in the face, not in the face."
Let's end this once and for all.
For once, I agree with you. Well, twice if you count the whole sleazy publisher thing.
Watch it! Careful!
Jeez, this guy blows things up even when he's losing. This may sting a little.
Oh,
Wow, it worked.
very funny. Well, if you think I'm gonna go easier on you just because you saved my life, you're wrong.
I figured as much.
Hey, Spider-Man, I just, wanted to,
You're welcome. These lizard attacks have me stumped. Hey, Dr. Connors has been doing research on reptile DNA. I should pay him a visit to see what he thinks of all this.